What's up guys, K30 Crawler. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a battery box like this that you can adjust to fit any size battery you want. Off-road battery box. You don't have to worry about it coming out, falling. You got a simple mounting. You could put tabs on each side. It's got the hold down strap. So follow along, make your own, man. Keep them willing. Alright guys, it's a beautiful day today. A little bit of sprinkling, but thank God I got a porch to work under. Alright, this battery we're going to be using on the go-kart. First step you need to do is get you some metal. All I had is, I got this piece back from a local metal supplier. You go to metal shop, ask them if they have any drop pieces. More than likely they give it to you for free. That's what I got. I got a bunch of these. I want to say they're 3/16. Just drop piece of plate. It wasn't tall enough to go the full height of the battery, but that's fine for a go-kart. But this will work for any battery box, whatever you want to do, whatever size the battery is. This one's not very big, but it's enough to power that thing. So first thing you're going to do is lay your battery out and mark it out like I did, and get you roughly 3/16, quarter inch of edge around the whole thing. Alright, then cut it out. And then it's basically the same pieces. Get two more pieces cut like that. These are going to be your sides. So we got the bottom, two sides, and make 4 gussets. I don't know, I just guesstimated. They don't have to be perfect, but 4 gussets. So make the camera set up and we'll start putting this together. Alright, these magnets, like I said, we can do this for under 12 bucks. These, for 4 of them, were $2.99 at Harbor Freight. So they're pretty handy to have. But all we got the base and the sides going up against the bottom on each side, and we're just going to tack it in a couple places so that way we can get those set up. And then the gussets are going to go on the sides just like that. What that's going to do is it's going to help keep this plate from bending in and everything whenever the battery's bolted on. So let me get all this tacked up. Alright, got it all just tacked up for now. Using .023 wire. I know it's kind of thin, but I've been doing body work, dub-nosing that Chevrolet, so that's what I had in there. It'll work for this application. So got it all tacked up. Now we'll flip it over and weld it on the outside. The reason why we're going to weld it on the outside of the seam is because this battery is barely going to fit in there, and I want the welds protruding in the corners to make it bounce around and poke the battery. So we'll get this all welded. I'll sand it first, get all this old surface rust off. That way we get nice good penetration. Got it all welded up. Now I'm going to take my buffing wheel. Bitch to find the settings, man, with this thin ass wire. Take the flat disc and we'll smooth everything up, and we'll move on to the next step. Alright guys, the next thing we're going to do is turn it over where it's upright. And we're going to have to find center. This is roughly 8 inches long. It's like a 7 3/4 technically. 7 7/8. We're just going to call it 4 inches. So we're going to find the center line. It's going to be right there where they. Alright guys, here's where we at. Got my center line marked. I'm doing a 1-inch battery hold down across the top. So I got a 1/2 inch on each side of that center mark. That gives me my 1 inch. So I go 1/2 inch, and from there do a straight edge all the way down to the gusset. Alright. The same over here. 1/2 inch, so it's still 1 inch wide. Straight edge all the way down to your gusset. And mark the other side the same way. All the way down to your gussets. Now we'll take our cutting wheel. I'll put it back on and get this cut. This is the same wheel I've used to cut all this material. These are only, at my local metal store here, they're only about $1.25 a piece, so pretty cheap. But on thicker metal they do go quick. So I'll get these cut up now. We're going to save 2 of these pieces that we cut off because we're going to use them across the top. So be right back. Alright, here's what we got now. 2 pieces that we cut off, well 4, but we're only using 2 because we came in 1/2 inch. It's not going to be square. So well, I usually just eyeball it, make a perfect triangle, at least, you know, perpendicular where the center of the top point is centered down here. So took straight edge, just marked it. You can see how it's greater over here. So we're going to cut this off, and we're going to make another one the exact same way. And what these are going to be, these are what we're going to drill holes in these, and they're what's going to be on these 1-inch tabs up here. And I'll show you how we're going to work this out. Alright guys, got them cut out. I just got the magnets, hold them up flush with the top of it. Point of the triangle is going to be center at the 1-inch on top. Same on the other side. Center them up and just flush. Still hot, but alright. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to tack it. Just tack it up, and on the top and on the bottom. We probably could fully weld it. It ain't going to hurt, but tack it on the top and on the underside. And I'm going to show y'all what we're going to do with these ears here. So let's. Got it all welded. Now you can see what I mean. I didn't cut that perfect, but one side's longer than the other, but it'll be fine. So got it welded, top and bottom. Just grind these down. Actually, while I still got that out, flap disc on, we'll do this step. Alright, the corner of the 1-inch is right here. What we're going to do is we're going to take our cutting disc, and you're going to score it. You're not going to cut all the way through, but we're going to score it like so. Alright, that way whenever we score it with the cutting disc, that means we're not going to cut all the way through. We're going to make a nice deep channel. That way we can bend these ears down flush with this. Alright, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it and round it off a little bit, but that way our bolt hole is going to be right here, and these will kind of act like gussets. They'll keep these ears from pulling up. Once we score these, bend them down, we'll weld it here, and then we'll weld inside the score that we do. So I'll go ahead and score it both sides, and I'll show y'all what it looks like. Got them scored, so take this just like that. Probably could have went deeper. It's hard doing this with one hand. So whenever we get ready to weld, we'll weld it up on the tops, and then we'll fill these scores in. Alright, I'm going to get back to y'all. I'm going to get this because I'm going to need both hands. Got the ears folded down. Now we'll go ahead and weld it on the top side, the underside, and then we'll fill in the scores with the weld too. And then we could knock these ears off and fully grind everything down to make it nice and neat. So, alright. Now all I got to do is buff everything down with the flat disc here and clean it up. Then we'll drill our holes, and then we'll make the piece that goes across the top of the battery. Alright guys, had to cut it off. It was a new day today. I was getting so much porosity in this metal yesterday, and I couldn't figure out why, because I had ship gas, but it ended up being that line going from the hose to the welder was clogged up. So normally if it's on some kind of frame, you come back, grind that out, and re-weld it, but we got shield gas now. I went ahead and went to Tractor Supply, grabbed a new tack tip and nozzle. So what we're doing now is we're going to be making a tie down strap to go over the battery. So On this one, it's 1 1/4 inch. So I'm doing that same method. Yeah, I gotta clean the patio. Wind blowing in a bunch of shit. But alright. So all we're doing today is the tie down strap. That's all we got left. The way I do it is I'm using that same scoring method. Just score the metal and bend it. Then we'll come back and re-weld it. But it's a little long, but I'm coming in like that. I'm leaving about 3/8 gap from the battery box to the tie down strap. That'll give it some clamping force. And then I'm going to score it right here where I have that line, but it's going to be on this side. I'm going to score it and bend it over the 90 degree, and we're going to mirror image it on the same side. So we're going to work on that now and we'll get it done. Alright guys, there it is. Got it sitting on top of the battery, welded up, buffed out. All that's left now is to drill the holes and paint it. So there you go. And the way I'm going to mount it, I have to weld the bolt on the bottom side of it, but y'all can do anything. I mean, y'all can put tabs on the side, bolt somewhere, whatever you want to do, but that's it in all its glory. I'll get this drilled out now, and if I can find my drill bits, but I'll get it drilled out, bolted on the little go-kart. Alright guys, I had to go get some stuff done while the paint dried, but here it is. So, added up about $12 materials, so you can't beat it. Came out pretty good. That battery ain't going nowhere, so cool. Let me know what y'all think and try it out yourselves. See, it leaves just enough gap to where it'll tighten it down. It looks cockeyed right now. I don't have the nuts on the bottom, but came out pretty good. The battery will be in there. Ain't going nowhere. So any kind of off-road rigs, I'm going to be building one similar to this, but it's going to hold 2 batteries for that Chevrolet, and we'll get to that someday. So cool. And it's easy to do. Any batteries you have, you can make it for whatever battery you have. You just got to size it out right. But alright guys, take care. See ya.